Yeah, because the thing about me, I like to just be realistic. I like to face things squarely. Now, you see, what is happening now? Why you're seeing the girl Omowummi, going out to act the way she's acting, the way she's so bold, the boldness, the whole thing that you're seeing. It's because of one. It's because of something. Look, this girl has got the backing of the system. Let me put it like that. It is the system that is backing her. You see, the whole Iyabo and all of this, Omowummi and the rest of them, it's actually the system that's backing them. So whatever you hear them, when you hear them boast like that, when you see them being boastful, the way they're being boastful now, or the way she's being boastful, is because, for a fact, they know that they have now perfected everything. They have told her, look, nothing can touch you. You can now go out and start doing whatever you want to do. Just forget it. Everything is done. That's why you can see her doing what she's doing. And if you ask me my own opinion, I will tell you. One thing is sure. From day one, I've always known that that girl, whether it was whether she hired someone or somebody hired someone or somebody, or there's one person somewhere, one force somewhere that hired the people that did the job. One thing is certain: that girl knows about how that guy went down, and I would say that I personally believe that she killed Mohbad. You get so. Because that is the only reason why you can see all of this how will I put it now, this explosive power play in that you're seeing, and the power play is different when it is coming from ordinary individuals. Let's say it's coming from one particular very influential person in the community or whatever. But when it is the system that is standing against the people from getting justice, if you ask me a million times, I'll tell you there is nothing anybody can do about it, except that system is changed. It is the government themselves that are giving this girl backup, because there is someone she knows that is whining and dining with the. I've been saying this thing from day one. I don't know whether people are listening or not, and I understand a lot of people. Most of the people here in this chief for him, they with that government, and they have never been involved. So a lot of people just think this is just ordinary thing, and people just talk. They just talk for the fun of it. But the truth is, Bossman, mark my word, because forget about the father. Look, one thing is certain. Look, the fact that people are saying that I heard that they say he wants to come and beg. It's all of that begging is late. All of that nonsense is late. When he was supposed to do the needful, he failed. Look, have you ever heard of this saying? Make a why the sun shines. Why the sun shines. Make a. There are certain things you do not want them to happen. You want to quickly attack them. You want to quickly act. You have to act very swiftly, because when it is done, especially when it has to do with crime, when it has to do with justice system, you have to make sure, especially when you know that some powers are involved, and when you know that the government is involved, you have to really, really lay your cards on the table right, open, and you must know your goal. The goal is to get justice, and you have to go for it. You cannot afford to hide anything. You cannot afford to deviate. The moment you deviated, and they did it, let me tell you something. You see about the criminal part now. The criminal part is done. There is enough. If you like, go and bring science from. As long as it is that system, they want to come. What do they want to do about it? Because the criminal part, they will tell you that they have set up inquests. They did this, they did that, and the inquests have made a recommendation. What can you do about? What can any fucking son do about it? There's nothing. They will tell you they have made it. Yeah, that's the decision, and the court is handling everything, and that's all. The people that are there, they're the people that they feel they want to prosecute. They are the people that they feel they should get punishment. Can you hear me, Bossman? Am I still audible? Because
yes, we can hear you. We are with you, sir.
Yeah. I hope I'm making sense to you.
Yes. Everything was sense.
So that is the truth, Bossman. That is the truth. That is the truth. The criminal case, which is what is important, which is the most important thing. Let me tell you something. You see, in this life, it is always good to be honest. You have to be honest in everything you're doing. If the father, Mohbad's father, if he had not deviated, if he had not, I don't want to talk about him, but the truth is this. The truth is this. He had pursued only that criminal part alone. I mean, wanting to know, pursuing aggressively with his legal team, what happened to that boy. You want to know whoever did that thing to him should go down. I'm telling you, you see the issue of this DNA that they put first, that he was disturbing himself just because of money. He would have naturally come without him even sweating for it. That would have naturally come if he had put the criminal part first, wanting to know who murdered Mohbad. The DNA would just be natural. It would come naturally that if the paternity has got something to do with the death. But you see, when people think that they're smart, when people think that you're wise, you think you're wiser than everybody. You think, can you hear me?
I guess your whatever is glitching. It's glitching right now. It's glitching.
But can you hear me now? Right now?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah, we can hear you.
What was the last thing you heard?
What was the last thing you heard?
You heard.
Yeah, what was the last thing you heard?
Yeah, so that I can know where to go back. So you can't remember.
I guess you're just talking about the DNA thing. I guess you just
okay. What I was saying is, I was saying that if the father, if Mohbad's dad or whatever, if he had been very honest, if he had been very open, and if he had honestly pursued who murdered Mohbad, the DNA would naturally come to him. He wouldn't even have to swear for it. He wouldn't even have to bother. But when people think that they're smart, when money is all that you care about, this is what happens to you. And all of this begging that you want to come and beg the public it's just a waste of time. Because the system, he has allowed the system, he has given the system enough time for them to perfect all that they wanted to perfect. Now, because the perpetrator, the woman girl, now knows, and the people, you see, all of this Iyabo, I said it first, it is a system. They are nothing, they are nobody. But when they have the backing of the system, the government, those on the corridors of power, that is what happens. They will be feeling like they are on top of the world when they're just nothing. But because they have the backing of the system, they are untouchable. They won't be touched. You see, last year, before this DNA saga or whatever, early last year, I said something. I said that the only way, that was before Mohbad's dad messed up this whole thing, and as the public, say little and not shut up and keep quiet. I said that the only way that Mohbad can get justice from this government will be, I don't know how that will happen, will be for the people in Nigeria, those who live in Nigeria. I'm not talking about living abroad now. The people that live in Nigeria, and it has to be across all the nation. There has to be not all this induced protest, nonsense protests that two people will gather themselves. No, I'm talking about massive protests. It has to be that the whole Nigeria, they are aware of what happened to them, and they want justice for Mohbad, and they all take to street. They all take to street, every street across the nation. Then the government will listen to them. But you see, that anybody you want to do whatever, you want to get a lawyer, you want to do this, you want to pay a lawyer, if you like, pay $1 million SANS. There's nothing they can do to the system because all of them benefit from the system. All of them, they are just what do you call them now in the justice in the court of law. They are all just something at the temple. Ministers, yeah, the ministers at the temple of justice. There's nothing they can do to the system when it is the system that is up against them. They are all, as a matter of fact, let me tell you, any lawyer you approach now for the case of Mohbad, except for those that just want to feed, those that just want to, they're just looking for survivor, or those that don't want to tell you the truth, they will tell you the truth. They know what is going on. They know that they're up against the government. But anyone that just want to collect the money will take it. And take my word for it. The case is not going anywhere. There's nothing. You can see. I even heard that they said that Wunmi said that the court was actually the one that told Baba Mohbad or whatever, or told Baba Mohbad to actually beg her or beg the son. You see, in a lawless system, that is what you see. I can't believe what that country has turned into, to be honest. If they're doing it secretly, there's so many things that they do on the ground, especially this Lagos state government and this Tinubu. But I can now understand how lawless they are, and I can see how criminal they are. These people, look, Nigeria has got hardened criminals that can never have what you call empathy, that can never have what you call it now, that can never have heart. You know what they call heart? They don't have soul. That is what they have got ruling them. I will call that rule now. I'm not going to say governing them. So, Bossman, I don't know what you think, and I don't know what you thinking. But one thing is certain: just know, as I'm talking to you, that you are whatever you want to do. You want to fight the government, Nigeria government, and how do you fight them? Do you have the means to fight them? Do you want to take this case? The only way you can get justice from this present government of Nigeria is to say that you want to create your own country, and you want to take that case to that country and abdicate over it. But to say that you want to get to Nigeria, where do you want to go? Go to any magistrate court. The state owns it. The government, they own it. They own it. All of the judges, they're under them. All of the judges at High Court or Federal High Court, whatever you want to say, they're under them. Do you think that somebody does not know what is going on in this case? Do you think Tinubu does not have a hand in this, in the blocking of this justice? That girl has got the full backing of the government, and they want to make sure that the paternity of that boy, of that baby Liam, is never known. The real paternity. They want to manipulate everything. They want to sit on top of everything. They are telling you that we are Alpha and Omega. There's nothing any of you can do. Look at the way they're dealing with the people. Can you see? Look at Nigerians. Do they look like people that, Nigerians in Nigeria, do they look like people that even want to take to the street? Even for what the government is doing to them that they cannot feed, they can't do nothing. They're so poor. Everything is so high. They can't come to the street to protest. That is how much they have handicapped the people. The people have been silenced. So if the people are silenced on that kind of issue that affect them directly, I do not know how all of them can take. And they need to understand the reason that Mohbad is not getting justice is the reason why they're suffering in that country. Because any nation where the cheapest thing that you can ever get, as cheap as it is, justice, it can be most expensive things to get in a very bad system, in a country where criminals rule. Can you still hear me, Bossman?
Loud and clear.
Okay.
Loud and clear.
Yeah. So that is what is going on from day one. Bossman, let me tell you something. There are some things that I just don't want to be. I don't want to be saying. I don't want to be talking about because they're not necessary. If you know, but the thing is, when the issue of Mohbad happened, I just don't want to believe that they will go this length. I knew that they could go this length, but I wanted to live in denial that they're going to go to the extent of showing the whole world that this is how ruthless and how criminal and how lawless they are. To be honest, they ought to have answered this issue. But you can see, as it is now, it is clear that these people, they are never going to back down. Because it's the government. Who is Iyabo? Who is Omowummi? They're fucking nobody. The law will take care of them. But when the law is actually the one backing them, so what do you want to do? Who made the law? The government made the law. They made the law. They are the lawmakers. They are the lawbreakers. They are the interpreters. The people that interpret the law, they appoint them. The people that make the law, they're working for them. Are they working for them or they're working with them? They can decide to interpret the law whichever way they want it. Bossman, let me tell you, you see all of these judges in Nigeria, if you know most of them, you won't pray in your life to have any case to do in Nigeria. I'm telling you, if you understand how that system works, you wouldn't even pray. Everybody's lawless. The judges, the government, the governors, the president, they are lawless to the core. And they are the people that you are fighting against. The best way to fight against them would have been from day one, from the initial stage. When Baba Mohbad and his crew, they gathered themselves to mess up everything, to make money. And all those nonsense people that are backing them. Anyway, I wouldn't blame them. They were just naive, and they were ignorant. They are ignorant to the core. That was the time that Mohbad would have got this justice, because you won't allow them to perpetrate that thing. You won't give them time to have time to want to think. You attack issue quickly. You nip it in them. So that is the best way to go about it. And that way, Mohbad would have probably been close to getting the justice. You see what it did to you guys, the Abuja, that you know it. At least you know something now, Bossman. You know something. You're different from any other person who hasn't taken that kind of step.
Truth urge. Yeah. The Abuja thing. Yeah. Let me be frank with you. All right. So on the president of the Abuja. Yeah. I don't see any traces of the president. All right. But I think there are some politicians that when they talk about the government, yeah, it's just some politicians that actually just a little whatever of the that are in the government. That's all. All right. Because if there is, if the president is there, we won't be able to move the case now. What I'm trying to say, there are so many other ways. Wait, let me ask a question. Let me ask a question. Which politician do you think has influence, that has power to stop the AIG? Sorry, the IG. Okay, now this is what happened. Who do you think is the boss of IG? The boss of the IG is the president. And that is the only person that is not the president. Wait. That is the only person. That is the only person that the IG fears. Hold on. According to what we know, I won't lie to you. The president is not there. Bossman, you think that you think the IG is going to tell you, or is going to tell you guys that the president is there, is involved? You don't understand. Just hold on. We know the babies too now. In Abuja, a lot of things was revealed. Okay? I won't lie to you, bro. The people that gave us ethic in Abuja are senators. Female senators, male senators.
Bossman, can I intervene a little bit to try to answer this question that True has been asked? And then I'll let you finish his submission. And then I'll come after him. Good morning, everyone. I like the question Truth Hearts asked. As I always introduce myself, I'm not a lawyer, but I was in this justice from the beginning. If you ask that question, Umi made a statement before that industry took my partner away. We're not talking about that. The industry god who did the concert, like Kobana Chief, was never interviewed. Somebody who tried to bury Mohbad, Davido, was never asked, who is Davido uncle? Who is Davido father? As Bossman said, it's not the whole government. His uncle is the biggest senator. Usually, justice system is not very straightforward. Every justice system, even here in the UK, is corrupt. Is how you go about it. Yeah? So if you ask that question, always remember David and Kobanachi. And why are their names not mentioned? Including bloggers are afraid of them. So what justice are we fighting for? And we are not hitting the target. Did anybody, when Prime Boy mentioned and said, oh, I ran to Kobana Chief. Next minute, Prime Boy was wanted, isn't it? And he was framed, was put in. What do people understand by that? Did the police ask, oh, Kobana Chief, come here. When you did this party, what really went down? What Prime Boy says, is it true or a lie? Did you ever hear a statement like that? Did they verify Prime Boy a statement from Kobana Chief? No. The game is clear. Justice is expensive. Justice is for strong, it's not for the weak. Yeah? Bossman,
when you say that word you use, expensive, that you used, it is very expensive.
And it is for strong people. This thing you say people regroup. Do you know in this justice how many people lost their jobs? You know, even some passed. You want people to regroup. Let me come out first to come and tell us what has he achieved from the beginning. Because when you go after justice, you don't fight like Britain, the war now with Iran. Britain, his color is not very clear. You come in as Trump. Trump is stood as a man. And he's protecting the whole world from the Middle East. Yeah? Because if Middle East build nuclear weapon, we are finished. We don't have Trump yet among us. When we understood, we back and we don't bite. Coming to Iyabo interview, I will urge everyone to disregard that interview. Whenever Iyabo give you an interview, she's trying to distract you. Something else is going on. Who first distracted us to go after Narimali and Samilari? Was it not her? Is not that how justice first were misled? When will we learn anything like Iyabo said is a lie? And when she comes out, there's something else going on. At the end, what did she do? She came out, she apologized, her partner came out, and we gave her just a slap in her wrist, and she left. Pay attention to Iyabo interviews. She's talking nonsense. She's misleading us again. Justice, as Truth had said earlier, where is criminal case today? Are we even following what is happening between Nas and Spending? Where are they in the case? They send us that Queen Elijah to come and make noise every day, and we're not paying attention to the bigger picture. We're not paying attention. Who is Queen Elijah for us to go after? While we have a bigger case. Had we signed that letter, the critical thinkers wrote, that was a deal breaker. So when we talk about justice, and we are not mentioning Kobana Chief, then I think we're very far from justice. As for those ones who says, oh, Baba Mohbad don't have right to ask for DNA, he has right. You see, using somebody's surname is an identity. If you look at African American who was taken from Africa, one of the reasons they can't trace their roots because their name was scrapped. Yeah? When somebody wants to use your surname, you must be sure that person belongs to this family. If people feel that Baba Mohbad don't have right, and the court feel that she should cease from using the name Aloba in her son's birth certificate. And this thing, I hope that people who say Baba Mohbad don't have right understand that. Today, nobody can come and use my surname without asking permission from me. I will take you to court. And even those ones who say that, they will never allow their surname to be used randomly. So as long as she's using that surname, that's what invites Baba Mubad indirectly. So that's the little I'll say today. And Bossman, let's not beat around the bush. Until we go after Chief Kabana Chief and verify, that's where justice starts from. And we already mentioned to you industrial guards. Thank you very much.
Bossman, let me just say something before I get off. I want you to pay attention again. I've said it before. Fancifier, thank you for what you've just said. That's lovely. Bossman, can you hear me?
Loud and clear, sir.
Okay, Bossman, look, you're not paying attention to one thing, and I want you to pay attention to it. It's very important. You see, you are looking at small fishes. All of these small names, all of these senators, whatever. Look, there is a bigger picture. You need to paint. You need to connect all of this small to bigger picture. Now let's just do a little bit of logic, mathematics now. Look, have you ever wondered? And I dare the Nigerian police, the Lagos State Police, to pull out or to release to the public the time and date and the statement, if there was ever any, that they collected from Elegushi King when Mohbad wrote that petition. You think that boy is a fool? You think he was a fool, yeah? That boy, he said in his petition, he did not mention any other person. He didn't mention any senator that we're dragging something. He didn't mention any other person that there's something. For him to have gone to Alagbon, Federal, to write a petition against an individual, and let me tell you, they silenced him again because of the name that was involved. The police never invited that man. If anybody writes such a petition, even saying that he has attached copies of, evidentiary pictures of what was done to him, let me tell you, it is only in the jungle that you will not invite all of those individuals and the king to come and write statement, and you investigate what happened. And from the statement, more truth will come out.
Mr. Truth Earth, sorry for interjecting. What about if I tell you that? Let me use the word allegedly now. I want to use allegedly for a reason. What about if I tell you that allegedly that there was another letter written by the deceased Mohbad of withdrawing the case against Samuel Larry?
You said that the last time we spoke here. Maybe you didn't listen to me very well. I understand that. That's what I'm telling you. You don't understand. You don't look. If you understand Nigerian system and if you understand how that country works when it comes to things like this, you will like you're gonna question yourself. Why were you born into this kind of system? Look, if Mohbad indeed wrote another letter, it is because they threatened him. The police themselves threatened him that if you don't do this, even pick you up, we might lock you up. We can do this to you. That is what they do. Look, they threatened that boy. They silenced that guy. Do you think it's an ordinary thing for somebody to write a petition? And then they were claiming later, they were even saying that he never came back, that they called for him and he never came. Isn't that stupid? This is just logic. I wrote a petition that my life is in danger. And then you're going to call me to come and defend my petition and I'm not going to come. Am I crazy? Why did I come to you in the first instance? I came to you so that you can rescue me, you can save my life, because you have been saddled with the responsibility of protecting lives and property.
Okay. I like what you said. Now let me open up on this matter that is just matter arising that you brought up right now. So in one of the days that we were in Abuja, we questioned the police in Abuja. Unfortunately, we met with the person that Mohbad, the police that Mohbad wrote those petitions. We met with him directly. The petition of Mohbad that he wrote Elegushi himself. The person that was in charge of the case that Mohbad submitted the letter to, the petition to, we met with him. And we spoke for a long time. I don't know. I hope people are not good at dragging on whatever I want to tell you here. Because people don't want to hear. They just want to believe what they want to believe. You know? But the truth is this. We ask questions. But like I said, if I tell you that allegedly that there was a letter that was written by Mohbad to withdraw the case against the Samilari and the Elegushi thing before his demise, it seems there is a letter of withdrawal from Mohbad before he died, allegedly. Okay? Number one, let me put that one aside. Number two, we questioned these people, and they said, according to the way we observe, I guess they're trying to help out, according to what we find out. And they said that they don't even know what happened to Mohbad, that Mohbad just left. All right? And Mohbad left, and they called him, and it wasn't coming. It wasn't forthcoming, according to their own response to that. Because we were asking them questions that, so what did you guys do? If somebody sent you a petition like this, then you guys should be able to do something. And the police were like, that they did not even know that he was going to die like that, and but that they called him, but it was not forthcoming. Then later he showed up and he said that he wanted to have the case withdrawn. And we drew the case from the police.
Bossman. Yeah. You see what I do? Let me tell you something. What I do, most of the things that I've talked about in this, because this Mohbad.
Allegedly, I said allegedly.
It's all right. I am able to understand them. I'm able to say things that came to pass today. All of the things I've said, because look, when people tell you something, you don't go by what they say alone. Read the body language. Read the meaning. Read how will I put it now? Read between the lines. What they're saying. Try to make sense of it. Does it make any sense? You see. Let me tell you. I know how those police officers work. Whether at Alagmo or at Abuja or Bantu, whatever you want to call it. You see, these people, they're criminals to the core. Those people, they are just tools that the politicians, that the government, that they use whenever they want to use them against the people. For as long as one of their own is involved in anything, they know how to intimidate you. They know how to threaten you. They know how to cow you to the point that you're going to run into hiding. They will frustrate your life. They will mess up your life. Look, I can imagine, now I understand how Mohbad's life. I mean, towards the end of his life, I can understand how that guy lived. That guy was living in fear. That guy lost hope. That guy knew that he was going to die. That guy knew everything. Because, you see, the system failed that guy. That guy saw that, wow, a young boy, 26, you know what that means? And he was having to witness that happening. Probably has never thought that kind of a thing can happen in Nigeria to him. And it's like, wow. So this is what this is about. This is what this country is about.
Bro, just give me a second, please. On the case of Mohbad, Truth Art.
Yeah.
When we're talking about the police, we're talking about the police in entirety, okay? But when we're talking about the police that messed up this Mohbad case, they are the police that we will have to. If you want to talk about the police that messed up this Mohbad case, you want to talk about the police from the IPO that owns the case file of Mohbad in Lagos. Then the team of police officers that now went to Mohbad's house, they are the one that actually messed up the case. They are the one that's been burnt, allegedly, and they manipulated the whole investigation case of Mohbad.
Bossman, do you know, let me tell you something. let me tell you what happened. You see this thing that I'm saying. I've been saying it from day one. From day one when this opened, for people were not just listening because they believe that because when I came up to before I started coming up to speak back then, it took time. Because I wasn't ready to talk. I was like, I would just pop in. I would just listen to what people saying, because I knew that some things, when if I said them, then they still would not believe. But when the time came, I felt like, okay, maybe some people would listen or something, but nobody. They're just listening to me like they were not listening. Now, look, this is the thing, Bossman. From day one, when they murdered that boy, when they find that boy, let me use that word. It wasn't like, look, the police don't just they don't just act if there is nothing propelling them. There has to be something. They say there can't be effect without cause. The police are corrupt, but they are just looking for someone who is in that line of corruption to activate them to be corrupt, to do their job, to do what they know best to do. So now, when they find that boy, there were phone calls. There were things. Look, the police themselves, they've been called. They've been given instruction. Look, you dare not go this. You dare not go more than this. Just do this, just do this, and just this is a story we want you to paint. This is what you want. They were given instruction. It wasn't like they were acting on their own. Don't think that they messed up. They just messed up. No. They were giving instruction, Bossman. You need to understand what is going on in this case. You need to understand. Oh, look, you need to start seeing a bigger picture. Leave the small picture that you're looking at. You're just looking at the action of the police. You think they were not being activated by someone? And you think it's just an ordinary person that will activate them to this level? To this level. Have you ever seen anyone who is more powerful than the government? There's no one that is more powerful than the government. But when the government themselves, they are the one abating the criminals, then you will now think that individual is more powerful than the government. That's why some people will say, is Omowummi more powerful than the government? What is Omowummi that will be doing all of these things? Stuff like that. I don't cry like that. I don't go by emotion. I'm not an emotionalist. You get me now? So I like to don't live in denial. And when you are connecting the dots, never leave any dot unconnected. You have to connect all the dots for you to be able to get the full picture of what you want to see, of what you should be looking at. The police from day one, they've been given instruction. Someone gave them instruction. Do not go beyond this. And you see, do you think it was just ordinary thing that Falana called for an inquest instead of him calling for coroner process? For the Lagos State government to launch full coroner process, he called for inquest. And what happened? They gave him inquest. See, nothing happened in this case by mistake. Nothing. They knew that once they say inquest, people will not understand. That was where the first of us dribbled everybody. Because it wasn't an inquest they were supposed to call for. It was the coroner process, full one. You get? But they played everything. And you see, that's right. When I just look at this.
Do you know that the coroner process was actually the inquest was actually meant for Neremali and Samilari, not for any other thing?
The inquest was meant to dribble.
No, it was for Neremali. They're trying to use it for Neremali, but the public turn it away from it.
Yeah.
It was actually for Neremali.
Yes. You see what they go from day one because of the public outcry that led to the exhumation of the Mohbad's body. They knew that they needed to exhume that body so that the public don't cry too much. But their goal was not to give Mohbad justice. Their goal was to just, at the end of the day, just pick people random or pick anyone the people that did not do that stuff. They just wanted to push on them, push the whole thing on them. So when those ones Ramali and whatever, when it wasn't working, so they needed to come up with another line of thought or line of story, and that's what you see playing out again. They just felt, okay, we can just let's just pick this nurse, let's just create a story that involves this a nurse, and then at the end of the day we can just pick one other person and just randomly burn them. That is what That they knew that if worse come to worse, they will push it on another person entirely. It will never be on the real people that killed Mohbad, because pushing on those people will mean that some other people will go down with them. And I'm talking about powerful people will go down with. Let me tell you something, Bossman. I said this before. Please mark it again. Quote this word. Mark this word. I'm going to say. If, which I am 90-something% convinced that if the king, that King Elegushi, if indeed, because he's the only person that will make, he's the only person that will be involved in this case that will, that you're going to see this kind of power play that you're seeing by, for you to even say that you push the case to Abuja. Somehow you guys found your way. I mean, you made it to Abuja. And some people add to monster power on the IG, and the IG had to. You even said that the IG had to like give up. I mean, give in. Like, look, hands off. It's not. That is no longer all of those small people that you're thinking about. No, the order that came to him at that point. Can't you see that when Malami, is it Malami or whatever they call him, the previous IG, when Buhari was there, can't you see what he was doing?
No. What the excuse of the IG was that number one, the people from the other side, Omowummi, wrote petition against him, mounted petition, then with support of some allegedly petition coming from the senators, they were mounting pressure on him. Altogether, a total of 19 petitions against him, and then he made me to realize that he's just an appointees. It's just an appointees, and if about 4 senators were mounting pressure on him, that what's he doing about that Mohbad case is political. You know, it's crazy. So that was when he gave up, and he spoke up with our lawyer, and then he said, I was just let the case go back to Lagos. And our lawyer said that, you know what, Bossman, we just had to whatever, because I was really mad and I wasn't having it. So when my lawyer said that we should just let it go, I was okay.
Bossman,
this is not the stuff we're still going. We're still not giving up anyway.
Bossman, listen good. Now, you see, sometimes what me I do is just I don't know if I should just say it's just logic as well. Now, look at this. You see, all of those things that you said, I told you, if that was true anyway, because I know that for a fact, do not expect him to come and tell you that my boss, or to come and say, oh, my boss asked. No. Do not expect him to come and tell you the real. He can just come up with one story and whatever. I'm not saying that is not true. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that could be true anyway. But do not expect that he's going to tell you the real thing, the real reason why he's going to answer. Was going to answer the case. Because the truth is this. Look, senators do not appoint IG. IG is as powerful as his boss because he's the mouthpiece of his boss. And it is only his boss that can take his job or give him his job. If he retains his job, it's only by his boss' action. It does not need the boss for a president to appoint his IG. You do not need votes of senators or whatever. You do not need nothing from them. That's what they call it. That's what they call it.
You don't understand.
Wait, Bossman, I understand. You need to understand me, Bossman. I understand what you're saying. Be that as it may, even if you say that they put all of those senators, they wrote what's it called? They wrote letters. That could be true. I'm not saying that that's not true. But let me tell you something again. So you don't know that. Okay, now let me say this. Nigeria as it is like APC is running Nigeria, yeah. And most of those senators, governors, they are APC in it. And their president is the author and the alpha and omega of APC. So, don't you know that even in this coming election, that whatever is coming in Nigeria, can't you see that all of the governors, all of the senators, whatever, they already like, even those that were probably not, the few that were not in APC, they already imagined there because they needed to support, they needed to be there for them to for them to be able to retain whatever it is that they retain in the next coming election. So now, look, listen, the president can always be in the background and play whatever movie you want to play and give whatever instruction you want to give. You can call any senator, you can even call all of them and just write, but just do something against this guy so that he can stop that thing, because I don't want him to proceed on it. The real thing that is happening, you will never know, and they will never tell you. Do not expect that the IG will be, because of how much did you guys give him? How much? Did you guys give him a 1 billion naira, or did you guys give him 10 billion naira that's going to come and tell you the real thing that is happening? Even if you gave him a 1 trillion naira, he still will not tell you the real thing that stopped him. He won't tell you. He will just come up and tell you one story. Just the same way the police, you see, that's the work they do. They know how to do that. They know how to do that a lot. That's the same thing. You see what you said, the IPOs or the people, the IPOs, the police that were in charge of mobiles, the petition. You see what they told you too. Now ask yourself, did what they tell you, does that make sense to you as a person? Does that make sense to you? And I'm sure people in the comments, people that are listening now, it doesn't make sense to them to say that, oh, Mobad, the person, we later called for him and he didn't show up. He refused to show up. And then when he showed up, he just came with withdrawal. Are you mad or something? Are these people crazy or what? Do they think everybody is as dumb as they are? You see, let me tell you, Bossman, one thing I do not do in my life is to compromise my honesty, my integrity, is to that's why you see this name. I had to change the name to Truth Odds, because I've seen that people hate the truth, and I've seen that the truth indeed hurts. And you see many people in this just for mobile, they're just joking, they're just jokers, just playing around, messing around. They don't want to hear the truth. But let me tell you, no matter how hard that truth is, you always need to tell it the way it is. They don't do anything for people to like you. They don't need to like you. For as long as you know that what you're saying is the truth, standing with the truth, on the side of the truth, that is very important. What they have told you that Mohbad did does not make any sense. They just need to tell you something. That's all they need to do. So that's the IG2 needed to tell you something. But if you think that he owes you that obligation to tell you the real thing that stopped him, then we're going to be joking, bro. You're going to be probably joking too. I don't know if that's reasonable, if that makes sense to you, to be honest. I listened to that girl. I listened to Wunmi, the way she's been boastful, and I was saying, because it's done. All is done. That's why she's boastful. That's why she can be like that. Was she like that before? She wasn't like that before, but they needed to perfect everything. It's a system. She got the backing of the system. She's got the backing of the system, to be honest. Are you there, Bossman? Are you there? If you're not there, I can continue talking.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, she's got the full backing. You see all of this, Iyabo Joe, all of those ones are just nothing, but they know people. That's the thing. And some people use them. Some people use them. They just use them. They just push them out for you to think they are the ones actually, support backing the girl. No. Some people are using them. Some people pay them. Some people in the government, they just give them. They can just give them a contract or something, just to compensate them. Go ahead and do this. Just be the mouthpiece. But the real people, they are invincible. The real people, they are invincible, and they're your government. I don't know what went down. I don't know what that boy could have been involved with. I don't know what that boy could have done to them. But one thing is certain, I just do not understand how that boy, I don't know. Whatever it is that is dragging with them, that made them to send him to his early grave. And not only stop at that, denying him of getting justice, denying anything that has to do with him. Everything is telling, Bossman, do the connect, just connect it. Everything is telling. Look at the way he was buried. There was an instruction to that. They wanted to make sure that they humiliate that boy in all manners and fashions possible. They wanted to make sure that they humiliate that body. They deny him of everything. Deny him of life. Deny him of justice. Deny him everything. These people don't have a heart. If you think they've got a soul, you're joking, bro. I wish I could talk. I wish I could really say something so that you understand what is going on here. Criminals ruling Nigeria. Criminals, hardened criminals. And that is why the people, look, anybody, if you know you've got your life to live and you don't want people to waste it for you, you need to do everything possible to get out of that country. I'm telling you. Because they're going to waste your life away. They're going to waste it for you. Your time, to waste your everything for you. And if you want to be punished, God help you to be involved in a case that has to go through the court. That is when you will understand that country is being ruled by monsters. So that is what is going on. You think it's ordinary? I was listening to sometimes I just randomly, when I have the time, I just want to see what's going on, what people are saying in some places. And I went to Tremmie. I was listening to her talking, the way she was boastful, the way she was boasting, the way she was talking. She was even saying that do you people think don't you people understand what is going on? Like she was saying that that can't you see that even the magistrate had to call Omowummi, to ask her that when the magistrate got an application that she was ready to do the DNA, that the magistrate had to go on a video call to call her to be sure that she wasn't coerced, she wasn't she wasn't under duress, or it was actually true that she wanted to do that. Can you just see the boasting? Look at the boasting. You think that's ordinary? For some people, these people, because they know the government are using its parastatals. They're using its parastatals to fight the people themselves, because they know they have the backing of the government system. They can say anything. That's why they're saying that all of you, if you go to the station, go to the station if you got anything. They know you can't get nothing. Evidence. How can you get evidence? You can only get evidence in a criminal case through the investigation with the police. And if the people who control the police told them that you're not doing anything on this case, what do you think they're going to do? They're going to do nothing. The only thing they're going to be doing is to dribble the public and get money off of the public. That's all. They will even be making money off you, knowing that they're not going to give you anything. They still be making money off you. That's exactly what is happening in this case. So you see, I do not get it. The fact that I don't understand. The fact that at this point, you see, I listened to Paparano's was it just yesterday? He was right. When everything was done already, the damage has been done. There's nothing, no repair. When he saw that he has lost it all, Paparano said he's a user, and I've always been saying that's who he is. He's a user. He's gonna use you when you give him whatever he wants. He doesn't care about you. He sees you as you're not indispensable. He can discard you, and that's the thing. He discarded everybody, discarded the whole public, took their money, discarded them, and told you fuck off, all of you can fuck off. And now that he saw that his ass is on fire, he wants to come back to beg the public so that what can happen? At what point? There's something they say. What time it is. Do you know what time it is? You need to know what time it is. You need to always understand what time it is. There's a time to fight. There's a time to be honest. There's a time to go for the goal. Go for the kill. But what you get? This man thought this whole thing is just all about it's just all about money. It was for someone to even be saying that on the phone call that, with the more the public fight themselves, the more money for you. Like, he's happy that the public are actually all of this fracas and all that. And now you want to beg. So that what can happen at what point? When you beg, okay, what happens? So the public can gather sounds for you. Okay, where do you want to take those sounds to? Is it your own court? A court that is already being controlled? It's being controlled. It's a controlled environment. There's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing anybody can do about it. The only people that can do something about it is it the only way Mohbad is going to get justice? Let me tell you. I don't know how that is possible, because even the people who are suffering, they're not even coming out to protest, because the government has so much handicapped them, threatened them, cowed them.
Hello, Mr. Jack. You see, we know that a lot of things, Baba Mohbad have made a lot of mistakes. But what we want us to gather and what we want us to do here is that, how can we be of help? Like, how can we get all these pieces? Let's put aside whatever he did in the past. How can we just weigh in and then do something, at least feedback? Because if you hear the way they talk about the audio of Omowummi, the one he did 4 days ago or something, we need to do something. Forget about Baba Mohbad. Let's forget about whatever happened in the past.
Bossman, I heard it. I won't lie to you. I heard it, and let me tell you, it is as painful to you as it is to me. But to be honest, Bossman, look, you think at this point I do not want to offer way forward? No, it's not like I do not want. It's not like I just want to talk about him. No. Look, Bossman. What the problem now? You see my pain. Let me tell you. I used to come out to speak often before on this case, but when something happened, was it last year? When I saw some things that happened, some things that played out, I said, "Oh, it's done. It is done." That was when I just said, if I just come around, I just come around to just listen, or because the truth is this movement, when people keep talking about it, is good because when people keep it alive, who knows, maybe something can happen. The system is going to be changed. The administration is going to be changed come 2027. And the new people might want to impress the public, the people, by trying to correct, by exposing a lot of shit, a lot of dirt, a lot of criminal activities that this present administration they're doing, and exposing it and bringing them to book and revisiting all of the cases that they have quashed. That is why, you see, whoever that is supporting Wunmi, whoever all of these women that are pushing her to go out to do all of this thing that she's doing, she's only doing all of this thing to her own undoing. Because you think because you have the backing of the system changes, power changes. You have the backing of this present administration, present system. Do not think that the only thing that's constant in this life, they say, is it's change. When something happens to that administration that has given you backup, where do you go? Where do you now run to? This is a criminal case. You see, the criminal part of this case can live forever. Forever, it can be revisited. But it has to be by a system, by an administration that deems it fit that case should be revisited, and justice must be given to that board. So they have the backing of this present administration. That's it. That's the truth. And that truth, me, I'm not going to run away from it. I'm not going to shy away from it. Bossman, I'm not going to shy away from that truth. But I'm just praying, because I really want Mohbad to get justice. To be honest, Bossman, what they did to that boy, I won't lie to you. Anytime I think about what they did to that boy, look, I've lost people in my life that I didn't even shed tears, even though they were very close to me, and I love them. You get? But over this boy's case, because I used to listen to his, I used to like this music. Mubad himself. When it comes to music, you get. So I was like, wow, this guy is gonna go places. So when I now see the fashion and the way that this boy was taken away, it hurts it aches my heart, to be honest. I really want this guy to get justice against the people that killed him. But I cannot say because I really, really want him to get it and not face what reality is now. The reality, when we're crying, some people were playing people. Some people were playing game. So now, when it has been done, the whole thing has been perfected now. You need to listen to me, Bossman. The criminal case has been done. What can you do about it? Go to them now. Bring any lawyer, any sound together. They cannot do anything about that case. There's nothing they can do about that case. If verdict has been
No, bro. There's a lot that can be done. No. There's a lot can be done.
Educate me. Please tell me. I want to listen to you.
No. There's a lot that can be done.
Okay, please tell me.
The case is never, like you said, the case is never locked. It's never closed. Once they can always be reopened. Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Like I said, there's a fresh administration, right?
You see, in this present administration, that's what I'm saying. This present administration that is giving them backup. There's nothing. If you bring 100 million sons, there's nothing they can do. In this present administration that is giving them backup, but just bring a lawyer that just finished from.
Let me ask you. Let me ask you something. Let me break it down here. What does it mean when they said this nobody case is political? It's political. What does it mean?
Okay, good. I'm very grateful for that question that you asked. I like that. It's political because it involves the people in your government. That's what it's saying. Now, get it now. It is political now. You see, when something is political, now again, now this is the second side of it. The second side of it again is this. Because it is political, that is what I told you, that when I pray, that's my prayer, that a new system, a new administration, a new party entirely will take over that governance from this evil and criminal government. And when they take over, that's when you understand the meaning of that death is political. Because they will now want to prove to the people how useless and how criminal the past administration, that's this administration, by the time it's passed now, then come next year, I'm just saying, I pray, they will now want to prove to the people that case was political, that they were playing politics with it because they were involved in that case. And that was why they swept that case, or they swept that case under the carpet. That is when you will understand the politicability or the politicality of this case. So, yeah, that's what I can say about that. Are you there, Bossman?
Yeah, I'm with you, bro. You're right.
Let me tell you something, Bossman. Look, you see, in this present administration, because this case, they're playing politics with this case. If you bring 1,000 or 1,000,000 sons together, they will not achieve nothing. But when you bring just a graduate, someone that just graduated from law school, who knows his onion, maybe he just graduated, let's say he's only been practicing for just 2 years, but he knows his onion. That's a lawyer now, a counsel. I'm telling you, in a new system, new administration, after this one, we give the mobile justice within a twinkle of an eye. We do the case, we give the case justice. Everything will be clear. Everything about this case will be dismantled and assembled. Do you get what I'm saying now? Just a law school graduate we do the case. You don't need a sound. You don't need any freaking sound, to be honest. This case is a straightforward case, a simple case. But because they are playing politics, they are sitting on this case. That is the reason why everybody's thinking that the case, why is this case happening like this? An ordinary law graduate, just bring it will give Mohbad justice. And the whole DNA thing, everything, if the paternity of that boy has something to do with the line of Mohbad, everything will be revealed. It's simple. But because of these people, these these people that are sitting on this case, the present government, that is the reason why they're telling you that it is political. Why can somebody say something is political? Don't you know if indeed Elegushi is involved in whatever happened to Mohbad? Don't you know that is political? It's political because Elegushi was appointed. His father, the father of this side, was appointed by Tinubu when he was the governor in Lagos. He was appointed. And let me tell you something. Okay, let me not say that. I said it before, but I'm not going to say it again. You see, if you understand how important that man, that king, is to the president and to the Lagos State governor, you will now understand what is happening in this Mohbad case. If indeed is involved, you will understand that they can do anything, they can go to any length to protect that guy. Because that guy means heaven and head to them. That particular Elegushi king means a lot to the president and to the governor. You dare not mess with that guy. You dare not want to touch that guy. For as long as they are there. Are you with me, Bossman? Are you with me, Bossman?
Yes.
I'm telling you, look, the truth hurts. The truth, some people don't want to hear. But if you don't want to hear, look, one thing is constant. Truth is constant. They say nothing is constant, but truth is constant. Truth is truth any day, anytime. Any day, anytime. There is nothing like your truth. There's nothing like my truth. Truth has to be, it is universal. When it is truth, it is truth. When it is untruth, it is untruth. That's it. That is it, Bossman. And that is what is happening. It's so annoying. What is happening, I know it's going to hurt a lot of people, especially those people that have committed funds, that have committed time, that lost their job and stuff like that. But that is what is happening. That girl has the backing of the system. And that's why can't you hear what she's even saying? She's even saying that the people that, if you people don't talk about her now, like if you don't call her out now, you should do what you were doing, what you used to do for her. That then, back then, she didn't need that. She didn't need the publicity you guys were giving her all the time. You were, the heat was on her. She said she needs it now so that she can be more popular. You don't get it. I don't think you can really get it, Bossman, to be honest. It is when you have the backing of the system that you do that. It is when you have the backing of the system. How she got that backing, I don't know. I do not care to know. But one thing is certain, she's got the backing of that system. Iyabo has got the backing of that system. It's all of these people, they've got the backing of that system. It might be that Iyabo is, look, they got the backing. Let's just leave it at that. They got the backing, the full backing. That's what they got. But when the system is no longer there, this administration, I can tell you, Bossman, an ordinary council will give Mohbad justice. You don't even need to go and waste your money to go and say you want to start getting son. Let me tell you, I've been in courts. I've been in the high court where I'm talking about Lagos State now, where an ordinary barrister, a young counsel, flawed a son. There was a case against between that was involving a son and another. The judge was trying to silence the barrister. The judge was playing game. The judge was, I don't want to mention the judge. The judge was trying to say something to make the guy, not to make the guy vent his submission. But you know what? This guy, because he knew it's on him, he knows it's on him, this guy drove his point home. At the moment that the judge had to turn to the son to the son was left in it was in shame. He left in shame, to be honest, because that guy knows his onion. That guy stood his ground. It wasn't like the guy was trying to act in contempt to the court. No, he knows his onion and he stood his ground and he drove his point home. And he got his application was being accepted by the judge. So that's what it is. It's not just about the son. The son thing is just title. It's just title and experience. Oh, you've been practicing for maybe 30 years. Some people have been practicing for even more than some sons, and they didn't get it because that too has to do with leg. So forget about son, all this son that people think they just get son and they get no. It's not just only about that. They have experience, good, but the truth is, this case at this point, you know what they say, Bossman. What they say, this case. Let me describe this case now. In this administration that we have now, it's like what is what they say when they say crying over spilled milk. Are you there, Bossman? Are you there? Oh, you're not there. Can you hear me? Milk that you spilled already. Somebody crying over it. It's gonna be. What can you do about it? You can't pack it up. It's been spilled already in this administration, but in another administration, look, everything is possible. So me, I won't lie to you. My own prayer, I'm just gonna be praying. I'm not like praying like that. Like I'm gonna but to be honest, my mind, my heart is praying, is wishing that this administration will be changed next year. I don't know, but they just need to go. Once they go, nobody will get his justice. That's it. The criminal justice, nobody's gonna get that one. So the DNA thing will come naturally. As long as the paternity of that boy has got something to do with it, with the kind of moment, it's gonna come naturally. Bossman, you can speak. Bossman, are you there? Are you there? Are you there, Bossman?
Hey, Bossman, no, you know they talk. Now let Bossman they talk.
Bossman, are you there? Okay, if you're not there, I can continue to talk so that we don't where everything is just not just quiet. Yeah. So that is what it is. That is what it is. Wunmi has got the backing, and that is why you can see all of our disciples and whatever, and all of the people that are supporting her. That's why you can see them talk the way they talk. They talk like they own the system. They talk like they are the owner of Nigeria. They talk like, there's nothing you can do to this girl. And they get to us see now that there's nothing anybody can do to her for as long as this system that is backing her is still there. It's still there. For as long as the system is still there, she believes she's untouchable. They believe they're untouchable. They speak like the system. There's no court you want to take them to. There's no court, be it magistrate, high court. The system, the government controls every court. They have influence on every court. Take them to state. The state government that controls the court at the state level. Judiciary. Yeah. Whoever the person who controls the judiciary system itself at the state level is an appointee of the governor. The Chief Justice an appointee. And at the federal level too, the person that controls the judicial system is an appointee of the president. Connected. Wherever you take her to, you're gonna meet them there. You're gonna meet them there. And because the head of the police too is an appointee of the president at the federal level, and at the state level is an appointee of the governor. So you're still gonna meet them there, and that is why you're meeting them everywhere. Everywhere, wherever you go, everywhere, just like MTN, they're like everywhere in Nigeria. They're like everywhere. Wherever you go, they're there. Except you want to take the case out of the system. You want to take it to another country, which is practically impossible. It is impossible. These people are well connected. I can see someone writing that in the comments. If you want to speak, you can go ahead, please. I'll kindly mute for you. So yeah, they're well connected. They're well connected. So if Mohbad's dad knew the people he was messing with in the first instance, he wouldn't have gone the route he went. He wouldn't have gone on the money-making venture. So saying that he wants to beg, he wants to apologize, he can do the apology from today till thy kingdom comes. It is too late to apologize. It's too late to apologize, to be honest. Because your apology, you apologize and the public says, okay, they are, okay, now we support you. Okay, what does that support want to bring to the public? In this present administration, there's nothing. Because you already gave them time. You allowed them to perfect the job. And you've perfected it now. Now you're running back to the public. You want to cry to them again to come and do what? I know because the people, they want your son to get justice, they're still going to listen to you. They're still going to say, oh, okay, we support you. But you need to understand what time it is. You need to understand what time it is. That man does not even understand nothing. And that was why he was saying that, I don't understand. The people were even trying to tell you something, even if you don't know nothing. He was just saying that whatever his lawyer does is on him, that the people should take him, people should hold him accountable. That they should not touch his lawyer, they should not talk to his lawyer. What do you know, to be honest? What do you know? I don't get it, to be honest. This man is just, I don't understand. I wonder what he thinks. The way he thinks his son will look down and look at him. I don't know what he thinks his son thinks about him now. He still doesn't understand. Look at what they did to him in court. They're gonna do that to you everywhere you go. Because the system is against you. The system is against you. And you were against the people that give you the people that give you what you call now, the people that give you that give you relevance, that give you power. You were against them, and the people were against you, and the system is against both you and the people. And now you're running back to the people to help you to fight the system, the government. In case you don't know, you think you're fighting against the court? No. You think it's that magistrate you're fighting against? No, you're not fighting against that magistrate now. And on your own, you cannot even do nothing. You have, as a matter of fact, look, I just don't want to go into the nitty-gritty of this case, because if I go into it, see this what you call it? This what you call it? This DNA thing that people are even talking about is the as a matter of fact, it's you see, I've always been quiet on it. It's none of my business. It's their own business. Whatever they want to do with it, they can do whatever. Since at the end of the day, everything boils down to who takes Mohbad's property inheritance. That's what everything boils down to. That's what it boils down to. But the real thing that should be is heartache. Should be how the people that bind that boy, that murder that boy, will get the justice that they deserve, so that the spirit of his son can even be at rest, knowing that he get justice. Knowing that he get justice. He's quick to run to the public to help him in the DNA aspect, but he completely neglects the criminal part. Ask him what is going on in that criminal case now against Spendy and the nurse. Nobody cares. Nobody wants to know. Nobody knows. The only thing you hear now is the DNA, because some people care a lot about who takes charge of Mohbad's inheritance.
You're right, bro. Thanks for holding it down for me. Sorry about that. See, so thank you. I do appreciate that, bro. But see, I actually want you to know something. I always wanted to know that the power of the public is really, really very big, very massive. Now, this is it. All these times we've been doing this bad, it is between Baba versus the government or versus the Tremmie and all that. Let the public put their way in it. Let me tell you something. If Yemi could do what he's doing, we could do whatever by taking the case by to Abuja and all stuff like that. Just little group, not to talk of the public. I think if the public weigh their force into this thing, this we can still give them a little bit whatever. Now, all what we've done before, now Baba Mohbad and team in the do. Let the public use their brain. We have acumen. We have people with acumen. We have people with knowledge. We can make things happen, bro. We can make things happen. Let's give it a try. Let's see what's going to happen for that.
Yeah, there's nothing bad in trying, to be honest. Bossman, of course, who am I to want to say the public should not try or the people should not try? It's always good. People should try, to be honest. Yeah, it's good to always give something a try. You never can tell. Anything can happen, to be honest. Yeah.
We have the Lori every platform. We have people there that are resourceful. We have Supreme people right there as well. The Lekata, the Yekudi, the Buki Jesse, and where again? We just the Ada Universe. On Ada Universe platform alone, we have retired judges. At least 2 were there. They just don't want to be known. You feel me? That they were interested in this case. It was the retired judges that actually, that one that recommended Bankole and Smith.
Yeah.
The retired judges, that one who recommended Bankole and Smith on this case for them. All right? Even on this case, we have some police officers there. They just don't want to be known. You understand what I'm saying? They just don't want to be known. You can always give it a try. My public is, we are very powerful, you understand? So, yeah, we shall see what's going to happen in that aspect, My mom actually messed up, yes, we're going to come back to that one later. But with this one, what will we do? When she called the man naked, he called it throw it was not targeting his head and all stuff like that. It's just too much. So I think the public just need to rally around and try to do one or two things. You know, it's just crazy, especially on this case of the DNA. Though the Alabas forgive, they've given up on the criminal aspect. Me, I'm actually interested in that criminal part of it than the DNA. You know, but it is what it is. Good for 1 year.
Bossman, let me ask you a question.
I'm with you.
In your own opinion, I'm just asking you this. What do you think? Okay, first of all, let me ask you a question. The DNA, right?
Yep.
It is familiar, yeah. It is a family issue, yeah.
Family matter, yes.
Family matter, yeah. Okay, cool. Now, what do you think is the way forward?
Bro, as far as it is also family matter, it is also intertwined into the criminal aspect of it.
Okay.
Because see, this guy that they brought, that is why God bless that mama, that top grandma that came here. She really opened my mind to some things. See, the new lawyer that Aloba is using, he does not know the origin of the DNA. Okay? The people that were there before, they know why they wanted to do that DNA. Because the DNA is a motive. It's not just a family matter. Listen, bro.
Wait. You're mixing things. Wait. You're mixing things up. You need to understand something, Bossman. Don't mix two things together.
Okay.
You see, in this civil case that is before the magistrate, yeah? In this civil DNA case, yeah? DNA is no motive there. It's nothing like motive. Don't mix things up. Now,
okay, let me try to explain. Let me explain the motive, bro.
Okay.
All right, just give me a second. Okay. Now, the motive there is this. Do you know that at the beginning, Prime Boy testimony says that on their way back home, on their way to the show, these people with the bride, they were having argument, right? Altercation. All right. So they were throwing tantrums in the car, and they were talking about, you give me STD, you don't give me STD. They're having issues, right? And he said, according to Prime Boy, there was a video. He said, the mobile said, I just do you one time now. You can't get me. So they were already having issues based on the charge. All right, they already having issues based on the charge. Now back to Baba Mohbad. Baba Mohbad also said one of Mohbad's friends told him, that is MIC, that when this girl was in Marian's house, they will put sleeping tablet on Mohbad's food, and then the wife will go and wedge in another room. All right. What about if it was because of the baby that this guy got bite? That's a motive there. So when they do the DNA, all right, the DNA is going to, if the stuff come out negative, that is not Mohbad's child, that's already a motive. Because, okay, then they will now start looking into it that could it be that it is because of this child that this guy got bite?
Okay, wait. Who will start looking into it?
If the result come out negative,
yeah, who will start looking into it?
The police, the father will press into it. Yes, that's a motive. That's why I said all the lawyers that were there before knows the reason why we wanted to do DNA.
Okay.
This new lawyer, what's the name of this new lawyer? He does not know the origin of the DNA.
I get what you're saying. Wait, Bossman, wait. You see, I was right when I say you mixing two things up. And I wasn't wrong. Now, how can I explain this to you? Okay, let's see. You see, DNA.
Hold on, bro. I beg your pardon. Do you know that? Let me just hit the nail on the head. Do you know that if they do that DNA and the stuff come out negative, the first person that the public will ask to go for the DNA test is going to be the Oba Elegushi. Do you know that? You don't know what is going on. If you see the way I am going to stop that Oba Elegushi, if the water, because it's going to be the first person suspect. Oba, you need to come out. If you want your name to be fully cleared, because this will again be the year story. If you want to clear your name, Baba Oba, you have to release your blood sample, make them go do DNA. Okay, wait. You want to know who the father of this thing is?
Bossman.
And to clear his name, he must put his blood down for the DNA.
Bossman, let me inject something. All right, I understand what you're trying to say. What you're trying to say, look, it's not like I'm saying that what you're saying is not real, it's not correct, but you're mixing two things up. You see, in this DNA that Babamba is pursuing here, there's nothing called motive there. It is just a simple civil case, and it's going to be addressed based civilly, based on its application, the application that was tendered before the court, which was just for the paternity of that boy to be cleared. That's all. So now, you see, we have been.
See, my brother, I'm not arguing that with you.
Let me land.
Civil and motive.
Let me land.
You muted the two thoughts. You muted.
Okay, can I continue?
Go ahead, please, bro.
Okay, first of all, look, I, as a person, I am like 80-something or 90-something% saying that the DNA, the paternity of the boy could have something to do with the animal. But the truth is this: look, we should not just live in our own. You can just you need to understand how things work. That's what I said, and I will repeat again. If the criminal case, the criminal part of this thing, which is the real thing, the main thing, if it has been pursued, diligently pursued, honestly pursued, look, the paternity of that boy, the DNA will not even be an issue. It will just come naturally. And that is when the DNA can only become a motive, if in the criminal case, it is only in the criminal matter where it can become motive. And the criminal matter is what has been settled already. They've already said, no, nothing like that. This is what happened, and they're standing on it. Now, that being said, you're going to look back to this, what I'm telling you today, maybe much later, and say, oh, I said it. Look, you see the paternity of that boy.
Hey, hold on, bro. Let me continue. You're talking about the criminal aspect. When I ask you a question, bro, what do you think was the reason why they charged the nurse? Do you know who actually charged the nurse and the suspended?
Let me see this. I'm coming. Wait, you're not getting me. We're saying the same thing, but you're not getting what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this. Look, because the paternity, I believe that the paternity of that boy has got something to do with the biology of that boy. But now this is where the question, this is where the problem is now. I can tell you 1,000% certain. I can tell you for a fact that go to anywhere, do everything possible. The Lagos state government, the Nigerian government, the people that are sitting on this case, They do not want the paternity of that boy to come out negative. And they actually do not want anything that has to do with paternity of that boy to be different from saying that it's mobiles. The paternity.
You see why I was actually against, do you see why I was saying I'm against the fact that the government, the court saying that they want to go and do the stuff without letting both sides know what they want to do it. No, the public must know. We must know, we must call them.
Bossman, let me tell you something. You need to wake up to reality. Reality is different from fantasy. Okay? Now, the people, when the government, when the system is using their parastatals, the establishment that's supposed to be working for the people, when they're using this against the people, what do you think the people can do? The only thing people can do will be something crazy. Take to the street, all the whole country, the entire nation, hold it down. They're not doing nothing. Nobody's going anywhere until you do this. That is the only thing the people can do to the system. And some systems, some government, they are so ardent, their mind is so ardent, they still will not listen to the people. Unthinkable happens in that country. So now, what I'm telling you is simple.
There's no Nigeria, there's no J4M, whatever, in Nigeria. The only people that are holding the J4M down are the people in the diaspora.
That is why I say
there is no justice. Nobody is talking about mobile in Nigeria. Inside Nigeria, the people talking about mobile are people outside the country.
Online. You guys are just small online. Look, let me tell you something, Bossman. Look. Maybe you're not getting me now. That is the only time. These criminals that you're dealing with, these people, these mad people in your government, that's the only time they might listen to you. Look, for you to know how crazy these people are, even the protest that was massive, that was crazy, that was stopping the economic inflows, that was done at Lekki Toll Gate. You see what they did to them in broad daylight? You see what they did to those people? That is the length they can go. So how much more, what effect will all of this, just small, a minute people just talking about this thing on I just say, oh, you have to do something. They don't care about you. They don't care about what you say. They're listening, but they don't care. The judge will still go ahead and do whatever they want to do. The magistrate will go and do whatever they want to do because there's an instruction already. And there's nothing anybody can do about it. Do you want to go to the court and start protesting at the court? They will hold you for contempt. You might be locked up forever. They can't do anything to you. There's difference between living in your fantasy and living in reality. That's reality. You dare not go to court and just say you want to do, except the whole nation is held down. Except the people in Nigeria. You see the people in Nigeria, you see what you have said now. They don't care about anything. They don't care who is mobile. They are battling. They've given them what they mean. They are nursing hunger. They are battling with hunger. They are battling with poverty. When they wake up, all they're thinking is how to have light. They don't care. They don't know anything like mobile, whatever justice exists anywhere. And they are the only people that can actually give mobile justice. If only they understand that the lack of justice, the absence of justice in that country is actually the reason why they are suffering. Because if there is functional justice system, they are supposed to be getting justice against the politicians that are stealing the money the monies that are meant for construction of road, meant for infrastructures. They will be getting justice against them. But because they don't even know that's the reason why they are suffering, they need to fight for mobile. But mobile does not exist in Nigeria. It's gone. Nobody even remembers. I mean, the people, I'm talking about the people, if they remember, they will take to the streets. If they know what the government has done to that guy, if they know what they did to that boy, they will take to the street. And because getting justice for mobile now is actually getting justice for the people, the people that are still there, living there. So that what they did to mobile will not be done to them. But the people don't even understand that all the battling is survival, how to survive. You see now, that's what I tell you, Bossman. I do know, for as much as I have a lot of emotions about this mobile case, I will still not live in fantasy. I'm still going to face reality. And reality sometimes is hard to embrace. It's very hard to embrace. But you've got no choice than to embrace it, what it is. Because you see, there's something I do in the kind of work that I do. I mean, the kind of a domain that I work. You have to accept your as is before you can get to your to be. If you do not accept your as is, you can never get to your to be. Hello, are you there, Bossman? You have to.
I'm with you.
If somebody you want to get rich, or you want to, let's say, I'm just saying you want to get rich, you need to first come to terms. You need to first come to terms with the reality to accept that as it is now, you are poor. So now you want to work your way to become rich. You can't be saying that you are rich. I mean, you don't want to accept that you're poor, and then you want to become rich, because you're not going to be doing things that will make you rich. You're just going to be deceiving yourself. You're just going to be posing to people as though you're going to be doing make believe. So the people also would think you're rich, but you know that you're not rich. But you are just living big. You're just talking big. I don't know if that's making sense to you. So it's very important to accept as is. As it is now, let me tell you, that government will make sure that there is nothing anybody can do to really get the real paternity of that boy. They will only give you what they want to give you. And that is why they have said that it is them now that will conduct it. And as they have said it, what can the people do? You want to protest or you want to... There's nothing you can do about it. It's your state system that is talking. Your government is the people that are talking now. The court has spoken. Except anybody want to act in contempt of court. And that's punishable. You get it? People can cry. People can just talk and just say, no, it will never be well when you do that judge. When you do that,
The truth out, you can transfer the case. You know that you can take the judge. Right? You can write the judge. We can do that too. There are so many things you can do. You get into the judge.
Wait, who do you think determines that? Do you know that there's a board that determines that, and that board is being controlled at the state level by the Attorney General of the state? That board that oversees that function is being controlled by the Attorney General of the state. It's just they even dare not do it. It's only if they want it to be done. Don't you think that you think it's just ordinary that they don't want to give fiat in this mobile case? They don't want to give. They don't want a private investigator to do it, or a private person to do it to prosecute the case. Because from day one they knew what they wanted to do, and they would do it. That's what they're telling you. That's why they will not allow any other person to do the case, because they will use the police to do the case, because they know with that they can control things. You want to, if you apply for that, there must be a reason why you're applying for the judge to rescind now, or to relinquish or whatever from the case, and they have to approve that. And whoever that wants to approve her is a servant, obedient servant to the governor. To the Attorney General. An Attorney General is obedient servant to the governor. At the federal level, the same thing is applicable. You need to understand what is going on here. The system in Nigeria is perfected. The system itself, they did that system in a way that they entrench that system in corruption. There is nothing like checks and balances, nothing. One person can decide everything, we decide everything, and there's nothing any other person can do about it. The only thing you can do about it, I'm telling you, Bossman, if the whole Nigeria, all the people in Nigeria now, I'm talking about all the people that live in Nigeria, if they take to street tomorrow and say that justice for Mohbad, you must give Mohbad justice, no street, nobody's living in the street, nobody's going to work, nobody's going anywhere, and all the country down like that. Peaceful protest, but nobody's going anywhere. You will see what Mohbad will get justice quick. But how do you want to make that happen? That is the problem. That is the reality that is staring at you. That is the reality. You think it's a normal thing for any magistrate to be asking Papa Mohbad to go and beg whether Wunmi or Liam or whatever, I don't know, to go and apologize or whatever? You think that's normal? That is not normal. That is an act of recklessness, illegality. That is an act of how will I put it now? That is when you want to there's a word I want to use. You know that word that they use, oppress. That's like an oppression. That's lawlessness in its, not in disguise, in broad daylight. That's criminality in broad daylight. So nobody's gonna take the street. Nobody's gonna do nothing. Nobody's gonna do that. That is the only way Mohbad can still get justice. Even with this present admission, I don't think that even if people take the street, they won't shoot them down. To be honest, I don't believe that. I don't want to believe that even if people do that, they still will listen to them. Because these people are, they're violent, they're crazy. So, Bossman, that's what it is. But I'm just saying, I'm just talking. It's just me, I'm just talking. You can give, let's give you whatever you want to give it. You can give any try. There's nothing bad in trying, to be honest. But I know for a fact, with all certainty, that I've said this since last year, that nothing, that paternity is done already. It's decided already. There's nothing coming there. When I saw what they did at the corona and they seal everything, and I just knew that before even corona, before they started, when they initiated corona, while corona was still just came into being, I said it, that there is nothing, inquest, that inquest, they only want to buy time to perfect everything, that it's not going to bring anything, justice, nothing to Mohbad. And it happened like that. It wasn't because anybody was telling me or I have any informant there, no. You just need to connect dots. Always read between the lines. And you will get what you want to get. It's easy. I knew that the paternity, the DNA, whatever you do, they want to give you positive. That's what they want to give you. No matter what you do, who will fight the system? Come on. It's only the people, the collectivity of the people that can fight the system. And the collectivity of the people, they are not ready to do anything against the system. They're not ready to fight that system. Hello, Bossman. I don't know if I'm making any sense to you, to be honest.
You're making a lot of sense. You're making a lot of sense, bro.
To be honest,
a lot of sense.
It's crazy when I hear that there's nobody in Nigeria talking about Mohbad. I'm like, these people, they're not ready for nothing.
Yeah, it's just a few, just like maybe 5%. And so we can count them.
Look at the people here. It's only the people that are on this social media who are in this movement, even that 5% that you're talking about, that are talking about it. Because oh my goodness. You see, the buying of this boy would have been an opportunity for the people in that country to change things, to make things happen for themselves. But they lost that chance. While the cry was massive, that led to the body of that boy being exhumed, they were supposed to take advantage of that and never rested until that boy got justice. But what happened? They were just facing their life, doing the normal thing. Why just a minute portion of us, we're on TikTok fighting, They love that kind of a thing. They'll just say, you guys can cry. Cry me a river. That's what they'll tell you. They love it. When you're crying, there's no action. They love physical action. Physical action is the only thing that can correct them, that can sort of like make them want to do the right thing. But when it is online action, they don't care about it. They just noise. They don't care. And they won't listen. They won't do the right thing. So that's what's happening, Bossman. It is the collectivity of the people. When you're talking about people come together, you're talking about these people, the people in this case coming together. That has no effect on them. The only effect that has is just you can keep saying whatever you like. Keep crying. That's what they will say. So these people, they see that you guys crying, and they don't even care about your cry. It's talking about people that do not have souls, people that can do anything for as long as they find themselves. That's all. For as long as they achieve Mohbad not getting justice, and the paternity of that boy not known, because there's something about the paternity of that boy. There is something about it. If not, even if you deny someone justice, what is the big deal in now allowing the DNA to go through the proper court process? And why are you stonewalling again? Why are you blocking that again? Why are you interfering with the system? Why is the judge using the power to oppress the other person, the other party, the party that brought the matter? You're supposed to be an unbiased.
I'm still very strongly believing that when the public pull the weight in, I think there's going to be a little bit of difference in it.
Yeah, I don't disagree with your belief, to be honest. I don't disagree at all.
It's that time we're like, okay, the father doesn't want this. We thought they would be able to come up with some magic, but they couldn't come up with anything. But this time around, now the Baba has tried. He has done his thing. Now he has seen soon. But you want to pay a bow? He doesn't know how to come to the public to come and to apologize because it's prideful. Baba is very proud. But that is it. This is the real reality. It's done on him now. So he lets him open up the gate and let the public come in there, and then we can take it off from there.
Yeah, that can be done, to be honest. That can be done. I mean, look, whatever anyone in the public is doing, I'm always in support of everything. No matter what, I'm always in support of everything, because for as long as it's for the boy to get justice, but I just know what reality is. That's all. And I will not live in denial of that. So basically, that's just it, to be honest. That's just it.
Yeah, the last result is just the last result will be we getting multiple lawyers, especially the lawyers that have been in the injustice before, to work with Omowummi and probably to work with Omowummi. We get into this thing with this DNA matter and any other matter that we need them. So at least 2 years are better than one. About the court go, take judge go about 3, 4. It is about strategy. Strategy is what actually we need. The public need to come up with a better strategy. How should we operate? Because these people from the other side, they are well strategized. They are well funded and well strategized. That's just the way it is, bro. That's it.
Yeah. Let's public let's go. They
are well organized, well informed, and they don't even fight themselves the way we fought ourselves. We fought dirty. The way we fight ourselves here, we fight dirty. So let's give the public the chance, all right, and let's see what we're going to do, all right. I think there's going to be a little bit of I don't know. The next adjournment should be like, I guess it's next month, right? It's next month.
Yeah.
We were believing that in 2026, when the election is very close by, that is when we are going to be more on the police and all that. But the election is almost close by now. Look at us now. Everybody's just tired. All right. But back then in 2024, when we're saying that, time election here, we're going to storm them, we're going to ask them this and this and that. But this is the reality now. No one's talking. You feel me? No one's talking. But it is what it is.
Bossman, do you know, I just feel I feel you're really very passionate about this thing, and I see that you really indeed.
No, I'm actually just thinking that I've seen the power of the public before. I've seen the power of masses before, and I believe the masses, if they get it right, if they get themselves right, they can work together. If there's no smaller unit and all stuff like that, I think they will be able to do something. Yes, I think they will be able to do something. Yeah, they should be able to do something.
Yeah, give it a go. Let's see.
Yes.
Put it up.
If they get all the Bankole Smith, the first lawyer, come on, man, they should be able to do something, bro. They understand this case. All right. It was the Baba Mobile factor that not allowed them to work at that time, you know.
I feel your belief. I really I commend you. Your positive belief. It's always good to be positive.
Yeah, at least let's give it a try. See, like what you said, is it you that said that? Justice is not cheap. Justice doesn't just come on a platter of gold. You go out there and you fight for it. But we've not been fighting, we've just been looking at Baba Mohbad there because we're like, okay, just do what you want to do. Now, Baba Mohbad is the face to us, nobody did hear him. I'm waiting for him to come out and then to come and give a decision. If he's going to now give the public open arms, I don't know yet. But those that are close to him, they should go and tell him. Now the public are asking you one last chance. Are you gonna listen to the public or not? Because that's gonna be the first move. All right? He has to give the public the chance. And if he doesn't want us to do it, my journey. Because if he doesn't give the public the chance to do that, so what are we talking about? What are we talking about? So Baba has wanted to do Baba efficiency and it's not easy. All right. Now the public have watched you for 1 year on some change and some merch. Now you've not been able to do nothing. When we realizing that you're freaking naked, you are freaking naked, and she's coming with you with different catapults targeting every part of your body. Now the public have come back to you once again because they love your son. In case you listen to me, because they love your son. Now they are about to let the love of Mohbad to pour down on your head, and to pour down on your head. So are you going to open your arms and to welcome, to assist, to receive the public? Are you going to open the gate and allow the public to utilize the acumen on this case of your son to get justice? So the ball is in Baba Mohbad's court. If he's going to listen to the public or not, whatever he says before the next adjournment will determine. If not, I will play the voice of Wumi, I will play the one of Iyabo too. Then you should have. Then I hope you will have. Anyway, because I told myself one now. I want to be people will say play tower, to play tower. See one just see me 4 days ago, 5 days ago. To I saw online. The Baba Mohbad has a final say. If you want the public, or you want us, the public, to just hold back. So that's just the way it is. The truth hurt. And that's it. The truth hurt. I keep saying that all of Baba Mohbad, all right. But because of the love of Mohbad, all right. I want to everybody, including the book that claimed that there's no human being, only common sense, that we hear the audio of Wumi that we not want to respond. There's no human being that will hear the audio of Wumi that we don't want to respond. That's crazy, bro. So I'm actually using this medium to plead to all the members of Justice for Mobile, D4M, BE. You've gone, maybe you've used to be in the front row, you're not taking the back seat because of one thing, or maybe because of Baba, maybe because of the accountability part, maybe because of the dragon thing, any other thing. Let's give ourselves another chance. Let's rally around this man. Not because we love him, but because of the love we have for Mobile, his own song. Right? And we're now noticing that they notice that the public have actually stayed away from him, and now they want to start eating him, and they want to, within our own very high like this, they want to. So let us gather around him and let's see if we can still make things happen. That's my own take on that, ladies and gentlemen. So, George, do you have one more thing to say before moving forward? All right. And we have one more thing to say, because we are going to use every means in the media. We're going to use that they said we should go. I will start working on the past lawyer. I will see what we can do concerning that. And then what again? And I'm not saying we should go use the old lawyers. I'm only giving my own opinion. So whatever you said we should do, the public, which we should do, and who's going to be the representative of the public, we can do something. We can do something. So that is on that. That is on that. So, Truth, you have something to say? What's the close remark before we close the curtain? Truth. Because the Iyabo Joe, whatever is good. Let me play it for them again for those that have not listened. So I'll do my again. I begin to play it with free in Korea, can you be Dada? Hold on. Where can it be that? There's a one of me. I need to play the one of me. Because listen to whatever of me is enough to get you mad. It's enough to get you mad.
One body, which is not possible because my husband's body has been injected with a chemical. So they asked to show the questions because, of course, the response from the hospital would definitely be no, because they never asked the clear questions. So they actually used that as as a smear campaign on social media. And I know that my people are smart to they but a lot of them actually believed myself and the court chose a fake hospital. That is actually funny. It is laughable. So, after the conclusion of the court yesterday, that we have not even started anything. You people have started with so many propaganda. We have not even done any samples, not taken any samples. It's a lot working in the classes. So now, the court will be the one to do it without anybody knowing the hospital. The only thing I have to do is to present Liam, and the only thing he has to do is to identify my husband as a family member. And the court said, if you want to do a private, that whatever, any other thing is none of your business. He went to the court because he wants the court to help him. And now the court is ready to help by doing the DNA as required. But so if you want to do any other thing, you have to beg me as a child, as a mother and father to Liam. While all of this was happening yesterday, he was still trying to boast. I was thinking I am anti-racist. That is, it is very laughable because all of these things could Jamie more. The least you can do is all this interview, and I don't care. After all of this, I'm LOC, CNN, BBC, Al Jazeera, yes, already. You see all of these things. One thing that's now that I am happy about right now is that you are getting to know that I am the mother of Liam. You are just all this Oloyebi is for your people, is on your side. The only family that my husband has now is me and Liam because we are married. If you really want what you really want it as you are truly clamoring for it, you will still go out there as well and do what you are doing right now because you are giving me the power to still give you to oh my God, you are still giving me the power to put you in your place. You won't do this to my child. That is one thing I promise you. That all of these people, all of those ones that are controlling, let it stop with the children that you get. You see, I'm as young as I am, even all the people could see it. Hear one thing from me, I mean the haters, stand on your ground. Even if the world will shake, even if I'm on my head, stop my own silence. True story, we go touch them. True story, regardless, I'm on my head. On this, Tano. Okay, I'm trying to unmute. So I'm saying, you won't do that to my child. You have done everything you could since for close to like 2 years. You have done that real. You have bullied me. You have sent people. You've done the unexpected. But that's why I'm still standing. I will stand till forever. Baba, you won't do this with me. This one. And you know what? You see all these ugly bloggers that we're going to, they cannot do it. Move, go very well. I want you to go start doing the RTV. Now, what is it called? All this PR that you were doing before, I want you to start. So I want you to, so now, like I will prove it to you over and over and over again that all of these things you're doing will not affect me. You know what the court asked you to do with me? Beg me. If you're not going back to that, we will be in this battle for 20 years and still here. But one thing that I love and I am glad. That was someone's address. I am hungry. We will not move an inch. I want you. That's it. And I am so glad that and you know, with all the propaganda, you know, when you guys did that fake publishing like the last time, saying the hospital that we choose fake, which is a lie. I never said anything. I never said I would have posted all of those things. I want you to enjoy. Because all of those things is just, they will type, keep out, they will type, interview, they will do. I cannot stop people. I don't feel but every other thing, you have no right to so That is, I'm not going to share no control. That is why I'm going to see any only no favor. Yes, eléyìí kó lè tún favor wa ó ní kẹ́ máa sọ lọ. All of this. Baba, what do you want? Let me bring this child to you for this DNA. He's your grandchild.
Shut up. You that said you cannot trust Baba with one slippers. It's you that want to bring up your child to Baba. Liar.
You were going online screaming DNA. You never discussed it with me.
The liar.
And you know a lot of people saying you discussed this with me just because I wasn't talking. You were screaming DNA.
You have been talking, you have been talking like.
Running after you with calls, Baba, you should get a DNA. Don't bring our dating like outside.
Iyabo don't play talking before. There's someone key. You are protecting you don't want Baba to protect you.
Sorry, Echo.
As family issues that they are dealing with. Let's do this as a family. You never said yes to DNA. You never wanted it from the beginning. The next thing you did was going to my lawyer to serve them. You did not come to me as a family that I feel that we were. The only action you did was going to my lawyer. So you going to my lawyer is going to court. You wanted this to escalate, and it is happening. And now you want to do a DNA test, a private DNA test on the child that I betted. Very laughable.
Your child.
You know what? You know what? I'm not even saying no to it. But the court has to do first.
Shame on you.
You will not manipulate. I'm saying from the beginning. I will never allow you to manipulate this DNA.
Yeah. You not do result. You not do test. You talk about
the parts. Just like everything that you've done to me, I'm still standing. Baba, and my interview and my tire.
Now your Baba will do interview with your useless father that gave birth to you through your sister.
I'm surprised to be your community. Baba, I'm not sorrow. I know most of your lies, most of your conversations online are lies. Just because I'm not debunking you. But it's so many times that to counter everything. No, I counter. But right now, I'm not telling you. Ever so well. I just want you to have one at the back of your mind. That you will see Slack at Twitter, Instagram, don't change my mind. You could everybody bashing me will just cry tire.
Now your Papa will cry.
I am not dealing with change. The only thing that can change my mind.
Carry go, shameless woman with someone. Not ashamed.
You will do 10 media rounds. You will go to every I said about the contest today. You will do every newspaper publication to apologize to this boy for all that he's out. Because you know at the back of your mind that this child
leave the picking for
your child.
It's not your child.
Just because of what you wanted, which can never happen as far as there is law. There is law that protects a child, the interest of a child. It will never happen. The only way it will happen is thank you, man. The only way it will happen is the court will do a DNA first. I will see the result of the court. Then maybe after signing that you apologize to Liam in 10 different stations, 10 newspapers for all you have made him go through, all the lies that you have said you have told, just to buy sympathy, just to make people believe you. But which you know at the back of your mind that you are lying. You have to go everywhere to publicize that you have maligned this innocent boy, you have done the unthinkable to him just because of your own selfish interest. But one thing I'm going to do is that with or without you, I will do DNA. And once it is done, I would want you to go out there to defend my child. You know what? In all of this, I will keep proving to each and every one of you that the mother of my child. And I'll send it over with you. Even to each and every one of you that do not like me. Emulate one of these for my character. Stand on your 10 toes. Do not let bullies make you surrender. Do not let social media propaganda smear campaign hate from different people, causes from different people, make you do what you don't want to do. Stand on your ground. Because that is one thing that has shaped me so far. And you know what? I am so glad that they did all they did to me. Because I really do not have what is it called? I really do not have the mind to face media to do what I am doing. It is what they have done to me that even made me want to go into acting. Because now I am bold, I am fearless, and I have a mind of my own. So, Baba, you will do interview. You will do like 100 before May 5th. I will still stand on my phone. Except you are ready to do the needful. My child, Baba, you will beg me now. Not because of anything, but because you have done the worst to a child. You have done what a godfather is not supposed to do for a child because of money. You have made people sin just because of the lies that you have told on my child and on myself. And I'm not even trying to involve myself in all of this because I'm an adult. But see that little child, I will fight for you to the last. I know they
want to fight you to the last, but you don't
want to say or do. I will move my stand, except you are able to do what I want. One thing I am glad that happened yesterday is that it has been clear to you now that we, Omowummi, has the final say on me. You see that all of this propaganda at the end of the day, the law will take its course. With or without you, I am doing the DNA of Liam. Not because of anything, but just because I'm not even trying to prove anything to anybody. I'm really trying to prove to my child. I'm sure I'm trying so many reasons not to ever associate with you as a person, because
who need you?
I can't even trust him with one of his slippers with you, not those of the
okay, this is the same person that carried Pikin to go and meet Baba.
And you will do anything to make sure that you unalive him. But you know what? As long as I live, it's never going to happen. As long as I live, none of your interview, talks, pity party will matter to me. Because if people can think deep, they will know from the beginning that you know what you are doing, but they will just blinded with emotions. They will know from the beginning that you know that this child is a grandchild. You've never caused him. That is when they will know. Whenever people are causing, you don't say emotions. That is when they will know. But you know, because people are blinded with emotions, they allowed you to continue. And which I'm not angry about. But now the final destination. You will prove it if you have the right over Liam. And my people were saying it. I was the one that consented. I was the one that said yes to DNA. They said I lie. Baba. Oh yeah, now we are the junction now. He should come around. He should give me the other to bring the right to him. I told you yesterday, you have to settle this privately. Beg her. Because you have done worse thing to her. But we feel like you want to go to this house. I am here for you. 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years to come. Are you the road? My baby is still small. I did here and I know move. Thank you so much, everyone. God bless you. Okay, yeah, so okay. So there are a lot of people that do not know this process from the beginning. Although when I'm ready, I'll definitely put clarity. I'm not trying to convince anybody. I'm only trying to put down evidences for my child because of future. So so many of his followers would never knew I was not pursuing him with God. When the DNA narrative started, they never knew. Everybody thought it is a new last year, just because he has been the one talking. And all of it I have been saying, you will never hear him deny it. When the DNA narrative came out, I was the one begging him, enjoy the DNA. Enjoy, but you can do a family one sit down. I anywhere. I know most of the followers, they are not even aware. But you know what? You made this you made it this way. You watched our family lying outside. You made people feed on. I don't know if you are paid on our pains. My mother-in-law, Adura, she made everyone feed on our pains. And right now, I will go through all of those things. And later feel like I will surrender to you. I will never be a loser. This war, I will fight it to the end, and I will make sure I win by God, with God by my side. So, it's time for me to talk, to say everything well detailed. In fact, do you know that, let me give people a gist. Do you know that when they did that master's publication about our hospital, we also went to their hospital and they said the same thing. They don't do DNA. When they went that embalmed body to our hospital trying to discredit our hospital, I want to bring our low to their level. Don't our consider our service hospital. Can the DNA be done on an embalmed body? The response is no. So I just want to so total time you will see the evidences of their own hospital too. You know me, so I am a queen of evidence. I will post everything. When the hospital that even them chose themselves, told us that we don't do DNA on an embalmed body. It can never be done because the body has been injected with a chemical. The only DNA that can be done is a tissue-based, which requires nails, hair, teeth, or bone marrow. But they did not ask our hospital such question. They only asked a weird question because
I'm actually confused with my people. The DNA that these people want to do, is it not tissue-based? So what is she not talking about now? Probably tissue-based that they're trying to do. Tissue-based DNA. So what's she talking about? She's actually contradicting herself.
The one thing that we use it to fool their followers for the longest. But you know what? You do what you are doing. If I do a journey, just one, but not be now. If you have a communities, how you wish everything. Somebody will come in, you will feel bad, once it is time for me to it's not a calling Jamie as the punk to getting pie with some evidences. But I'll give you time to keep doing your interviews. When it is time for me to talk, I will definitely talk. But one thing I want you to know, Liam has the right. With or without his father, I am his mommy, I am his father. His father is late, and nobody will take his right away from me. Not even me. God bless you. I just God bless everyone. That is my baby girl in whom I am well pleased. To say, gbogbo ẹkúnjẹ tó sun lọ́sẹ̀ kan ó mà tún ti ṣòfò dànù. Àrídẹ́yìn náà wọlé ṣe ti rí i pé ọmọ mi ti gbólóhùn. Ìwọ tó lọ kó gba létí láyé ìgbà kan, a ní o tún dánwò láyé ìsáyé ìgbà yẹn. Wàá lọ òṣèrú ẹ̀ mọ̀ sórí ó gbólóhùn jù wọ́n gan lọ. Ẹ̀yin lẹ máa ń kọ́yàn. Ṣẹ́ni ó tún gbólóhùn jù mí gan ló tún ní ẹni sùn ẹni sùn mí ìtún expect irú. Ọmọ ẹwọ softstone tọmọ mi tún lò lẹ́nu ẹ̀ máa gbà mí ọmọ ẹ̀ máa ti ọmọ ẹ̀ máa pọ̀ mi everyday kí ló dé? Kí ló ṣe? Ẹ máa fi respect sí actress Wunmi. Ẹ máa fi respect sí Wunmi. Celebrate Omowummi. Celebrating Omowummi. Celebrating Omowummi. Ẹgbọ́n mi tó ti kọ́kọ́ sọ pé gbogbo action yín.
I'm actually saying natural there. So natural don't port for real. That natural Alba whatever. She don't port for real. She's actually there when we was talking. Wow. This life, you know.
Head of the family nínú ilé yín ló mọ kò wá sọ́dọ̀ tòun. Wọ́n ní inú ilé yín lẹ ti jẹ́ head lọ́dọ̀ tòun. Wọ́n ní tail of the family ní yín bí. Ìgbà táwọn àkùnrin ìṣirò wọn rántí pé ìgbà tó yàgò ẹ̀mí gan bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní pè ní headless head because head ní ọdún gbà mọ́ ẹ tún wọlé wá abẹ́rẹ́ yìí máa pọ̀ kẹ́. Èmi ti crown ẹ̀ ní title of the headless head tí ó rí. Wọ́n ti ẹ̀bùn tó bá lórí ọmọ inú ló tún lé dáadé ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọmọ wọn kà ṣe kiri yìí. A ti gbọ́ láti ń sọ níbí báyìí. Everything goes down, but I ṣe níbà yìí, bọ́tà máa ń ṣe níbà yìí ò dáa o. Everyone ṣe ìkòwò, ẹ jẹ́ kí n sọ máìdì mi. Mi ò ẹ ti dàbí threat fún everybody lórí J4M. Ẹ jẹ́ kí padà yín lọ mọ mi lórí ọ̀rọ̀ tó sọ. Kẹ́tọ́ kójú nìjú gbogbo wọ́n ẹ̀ understand ni kí wọ́n máa pa life lọ́dọ̀ immunizer kọ́ wọ́n máa sọ fún wọn pé ìyàwó ọmọ yìí ti ń dá yín wọ́n tún wọ́n máa sáré mọ́ ọ́n. Wọ́n ní immunizer wo ètò ìjà sáré lọ gbọ́ ọkọ̀ tó ń sọ. Àwọn ìka àwọn ọmọ yìí ti máa ń lọ kó sáré sunkún tán wọ́n máa sáré bọ̀ mi àwọn fún ẹ̀jẹ̀ kàrà. Wọ́n máa fẹ́ ṣubú lẹ́nu ọ̀nà ọ̀gá mi tó ti ń sáré bọ̀. I saw it. Tí a máa jẹ fàájì yín lọ sí. Ṣé wọ́n gbọ́ àwọn ìka o? Ìka o. Oven náà ń pè bí. Coven for a reason. Àmì ọmọ tó kọ alájẹ yẹn wà láwọn ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ gbà kó lórúkọ yẹn fún wa ni. Ìka làwọn àgbà jẹ ni wá. Ẹyin tèmi, I should allow natural speak. Natural, are you there? Then you don't miss.
Oma daruko natural ke. Now wow.
Make me sure go on Facebook, you know, conscience. You have missed. Go on Facebook. Go yes or before Natural will speak, I just quickly want to tell her one thing. Now is the time to do good business. Go and sell GP tank. Sell bull because there will be wailing, there will be gnashing of teeth. So go and do business. There will be green.
Wow. Get us to be. You see, ladies and gentlemen, that was the voice of Wunmi. The other day that she came on the platform, Tremmie platform. And then she gave a response to Baba Mohbad. And you can see that's a very long one. Oh, wow. It's really odd. Igailola, you're up here. I don't know if you're aware that you're up. Igailola. Hello, Igailola.
So the reason why we asked him to be seeks that he be exhumed was because we just wanted to be sure. We wanted to be sure whether truly there was the injection, what was found in his body, what killed him. I just wanted to know because there were so many narratives that were put out there, and we just wanted to know, and that is not for me to do. I'm not a doctor. I can't find out that. I don't own the law. We can only push with our foundation and with our friends and with everything, and then it's left for the government to decide whether they want to carry on.
Are you still in contact with the mom?
That, yes.
What about the dad?
The dad and I were never in good contact. You understand? I called him once, and I called him when, after they said he had taken everything from Mohbad's body. The first time I wanted to see him, I got a video of some celebrity who went to Ikorodu and they were almost attacked, right? So that I pulled back, and I decided that okay, let me go and see Mohbad. I said Mohbad, let me go and see the widow and the mom. I didn't know that the dad was there, but let me go to their house in Lagos. So when I got there, I found the mom and Wumi there, and the dad was on there. I asked about after him. They said he was in the Ikorodu and everything, but I didn't want to go to Ikorodu, not because I didn't want to go and see him, but because of the area boys and everything. And I felt, okay, if I was going to go, I'm going to need extra security and all that. And then we were going back and forth with having to push for the government to work on. So that's so much that I didn't get to see him. And I was like, okay, whenever he comes, they should let me know. I'll come to Ben house to see him, but I wasn't.
All right.
So we had that. But I didn't get to see him until when we decided that, okay, Mohbad has been buried. Now we ask that he be exhumed. He has been exhumed. Only to everything they need. So the body is just, it's not, if they want to, even if they want to do 10 autopsy, they will go and pick from what they have. There is nothing left to do. It's take a memory about to pursue the justice for Mohbad. Justice for Mohbad is not just like out of that. It's about we demanded so many things. We demanded to know what killed him. That was the only reason why he was assumed, to know what killed him, so that we don't have to believe just the stories that were told by the widow and the brothers and the friends in the house, right? But another thing was his bully. You understand? Sam Larry, he was bullying him, the video that was released. We wanted to know, and we wanted him to be brought to book. Why would he have to bully Mohbad? Another thing was his family claimed that his royalty, because he had a son, and we needed to fight for the boy to be able to get his royalty and not mad at dad, right? So we were trying to do a total, how I put it?
Well, put together his estate.
Yes, just to fight for him so that his spirit at least will rest wherever it is now. So they took the situation and they turned it around, and all about
the money.
So many things. Yeah.
Okay, because we don't have time, I'd like to ask you this. As somebody who had been in, I'm sure there are some things you can't even say on radio. You understand? How do you, in 1 minute, how do you think that this issue can be resolved and the
I'm not talking about justice now.
Okay.
You can be buried at least because the two noises I'm hearing DNA.
Yeah.
And then it's not been buried. How do you think those two issues?
Yeah, one wants to do the DNA. She wants to do the DNA. The father now is the one who needs to accept it. I think he has his own conditions. So until the two families can come to an agreement, I don't know if that DNA will work. Until the father is ready to say, okay, let's do the DNA. So that is one. If they can both come and we take common ground and say, okay, since Wunmi has agreed to do the DNA, the father is signing and they can do. Wunmi has her own side of the story. He has his own rules. I'm not ready to bend for that rules. So until that can happen.
I hope you guys heard that. She said Wunmi wanted her to do some. She paused. She changed the topic, and he said Baba Mohbad also has his own policies, his policies, and that she, Iyabo, is not ready to bend for that rules, So, and I don't know if Iyabo is also a family of Aloba that she's has to be dictating to what Baba Mohbad should do. I don't understand. This is crazy. How can we so much more confident?
We're going to be going back and forth with this Mohbad being buried issue, unless the dad wakes up tomorrow and says, okay, you know what? We don't bury this boy. So that's left for the family to decide.
Okay, so I'll bring it back to social media.
Yeah.
All right, so that's just the way it is. So just to cut the whole story short today, I've actually played the recording of Wunmi, and the one that we just listened to right now is the one of Iyabo, where she talks about Mohbad and the DNA matter. And so we have actually decided that the public, we're actually bringing to the public to rally around this man, the Baba Mohbad. This time around, I do not know how the public is going to come in, but we need to brainstorm. We need to talk about how the public is going to, because our Bantali will miss she spoke a lot, and then she said a lot of things, and then insulting Baba Mohbad and making mockery of this man. And I don't know what Baba Mohbad is going to say. So we are going to be waiting. I don't know when it's going to be coming out to give a response to. I don't know. I believe those are very close to him must have been listening to also the public. We want to give him another chance because of Mohbad, and we want to see if he's going to grant the public a chance to give a fight. Because we all know that justice doesn't come easy. It doesn't come from on the platter of gold. It doesn't come on the platter. You have to go out there and go fight for it. All right? And justice is not cheap at all. It comes with a price. So we're going to wait if the father of the deceased is going to give the public a chance. So he has to be the one to give us the ball is in his court. Is going to be the one to give us if we should go ahead or not. So he has to let us know. So if you are very close to Baba Mohbad, you people, I'm talking to you. If you are listening, if you're on the window and you don't want to come inside, don't want us to see you, cool. We're trying to let go of the past and the people that we had personal issues with, and probably you were being bullied by some of the dogs of Baba Mohbad, or probably you were angry with the father himself. We get into the accountability due to his attitude, and be anything. I think it's high time that we need to form a formidable force and put our hands together and put our hands on deck. We'll get into the DNA matter so we can do something. So that is what I'm trying to say here. So please, I will have to draw the curtain here to try to talk to other hosts. I will talk to some few hosts that I think I can talk to. I think we should just give it a try. Before we give up on the movement of justice for Mohbad, I think the public need to pull something. We need to pull our weight into this case of justice for Mohbad. All right. So, I need to tell you Baba Mohbad, Baba Mohbad depositor. All right. I don't know if it's going to come live today or tomorrow. So it's going to come out to say maybe it's going to be on his live. So if there's going to be a need for the public to work with the old lawyers, the Bankole and Smith, the first lawyer in Justice for Mohbad, lawyer David, what's his name again? Fadili. If we're still going to work with him, the public is going to let us know. So we're just going to brainstorm, and then I don't know. It's just a suggestion. Although some people are actually written that we should bring all the lawyers that actually work and see those that that's still going to be interested in the case, including the Bankole and Smith, and probably even Odumosu, if Odumosu is also going to be a chance. And let's see what we can do moving forward. That is it. I know that Olurabi is going to be out. I don't know if it's going to be out. It's already out already. I don't know. We're going to see what we can do. Yeah, there's a lot we can do, including the DNA part and the criminal part. I am very interested in the criminal aspect. All right, and work is still ongoing. All right, and I still believe that if the public will want to come into the criminal aspect too, there's a lot of things that they can do too, because Baba Mohbad has stretched his tentacles. There's nothing else. He has given up on the criminal aspect, and this is the DNA. Tutukulo once thing, and he's already stripping off his hands. So because of Mohbad, we're going to rally around him. We're going to shield him. All right, and then we're going to talk about his own issues later. But because with this audio that we did, that is crazy. Crazy girl. All right. Maybe it's the audio that actually is going to put us together. All right. So I'm going to talk to some hosts. I'm going to talk to Supreme. We'll try to talk to some other few hosts. If it is a good idea for the public to weigh into this matter and then see how we can help. All right, and I hope Baba Mohbad himself has learned that the public is the power. All right, without the public support, he is nothing. We are the voice. When we rally around him, we give him the neck. We are the neck. We are the neck that and the voice. But you know what? But after we gave him all those things, he said that he doesn't need the public anymore, and so we took our voice away from him. And now he is saying that he cannot do anything without the public now, and I guess he's running back to the public. But because of Mohbad, we just don't want Mohbad to die in vain. We want to. We don't want him to die in vain, and that's why we're doing all this. So because of love, because of the passion, because we really care about him, and that is why we're doing all this. So Baba Mohbad, we're going to be watching out. We're going to be looking out for you to come out and respond to all what we've been saying so far. So that is it, ladies and gentlemen. This is where I'm going to be drawing my curtains. Till next time, with me again. Thank you very much, everyone, for having me. Thank you very much, everyone, for having me.
Because my dress very small, see? Turn around. What are you doing? You don't have yours. My yours is useless. Guys, everyone, stop the screen, guys. Stop the screen. Everybody. The people don't have yours. The people don't have yours. My yours is useless. Let's go. Yes. Thank you, better one, original one. Voice boom. 120, 1,000. Okay? They are a different color. It's a black. It's a black. It's a unique color. They are we are full. So that we are away. Have you ever come over here? Mother, when I get out, yeah.
Well, I'm
How do you say that? The only can any job I have you. Any taxi when you are here last year. You might already in my home. And you know why I was show him out there. They can't have it, but they will not follow one day. He should my life, but I am not going to say, oh,